You know, there's nothing quite like settling into your favorite chair with a good book or a crossword puzzle, is there? They chuckle, nodding. I've spent many afternoons doing just that. But here's something I've noticed over the years, and maybe you have too. After sitting for a while, my legs start to feel heavy, my back gets a little achy, and by the time I stand up, I'm moving slower than molasses in January. Sound familiar? Now, I'm not here to tell you to stop enjoying those quiet moments. Heaven knows we've earned them. But here's the thing, the longer we sit without moving, the more our bodies start to, well, forget how to move. And after 65, that's not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Studies show sitting for hours can lead to weaker muscles, stiff joints, even heart trouble. Scary, right? But don't worry, this isn't a lecture. In fact, I've got 4 simple, doable fixes to share with you today. No gym memberships, no fancy equipment, just small changes that'll keep you feeling strong, flexible, and full of life. And we'll start with the easiest one of all. Let's talk about what happens when we sit too long. Our muscles go into sleep mode, circulation slows, and before you know it, your hips and knees feel like they've been rusted shut. But here's the good news, you don't need to run a marathon to wake them back up. You just need to interrupt the sitting. So here's what I want you to try. Set a timer on your phone, your microwave, that old cuckoo clock in the hallway, for every 30 minutes. When it goes off, stand up. That's it. If you're feeling ambitious, take it a step further. Stretch your arms overhead like you're reaching for the cookie jar on the top shelf. Roll your shoulders back. Shift your weight from one foot to the other, like you're swaying to a Frank Sinatra tune. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I lose track of time. Oh, believe me, I do too. That's why the timer is your best friend. And if you're watching TV, use the commercials. Every time an ad comes on, stand up and march in place until your show comes back. You'll be amazed how those little bursts of movement add up. Alright, let's move on to the second fix, and this one's sneaky. You're already doing chores around the house, right? Washing dishes, folding laundry, watering plants? Well, what if I told you you could turn those mundane tasks into opportunities to stay active? Take washing dishes, for example. Instead of leaning against the counter, try standing on one leg for a few seconds. Hold onto the sink if you need to. It's like a mini balance workout, and trust me, better balance means fewer falls. Or when you're folding towels, give your arms a stretch by reaching high to put them away. Pretend you're waving to the grandkids across the yard. And here's my favorite, the walk and talk. If you're on the phone, don't sit down. Pace around the room, or even walk in place. My neighbor, Margaret, started doing this during her weekly calls with her sister. Now, she jokes that she's put more miles on her slippers than her car. The key here is to weave movement into your day, like threads in a quilt. You don't need a big block of time, just a little creativity. And before you know it, you'll have stitched together a healthier, happier routine. Now, these first 2 fixes are all about working with your day, not against it. But what about when you're ready to take it a step further? Well, that's where the next 2 fixes come in, simple, enjoyable ways to keep your body strong and your spirit young. So let's keep this conversation going. You know, one of the best things about getting older is having the time to finally enjoy life's little pleasures, like tending to my geraniums here. But here's the secret, how we enjoy those pleasures can make all the difference. Let me explain. A few years back, my friend Edna told me something that stuck with me. She said, I retired to live, not to watch life from my recliner. And boy, was she right. Now, Edna's not out here doing cartwheels, though more power to her if she is, but she made a simple change. She started saying yes to invitations. Coffee with friends? Yes. Bingo night? Yes. Even that line dancing class her granddaughter begged her to try. And here's the magic, when you're out doing things, you're not sitting. you're laughing, shuffling your feet, maybe even clapping along to a tune. It's movement disguised as fun. So, if you've been turning down outings because you're too tired, try flipping the script. Tell yourself, I'll go for just 15 minutes. More often than not, once you're there, you'll want to stay. And if getting out feels daunting, bring the party to you. Host a monthly tea with neighbors. My buddy Carl hosts a walk and talk club. They stroll around his garden, debating everything from baseball scores to the best pie recipes. Spoiler, it's apple. Now, let's talk about motivation. Because let's face it, sometimes staying healthy feels too vague to get us off the couch. What really works? Finding a reason that lights a fire in your belly. Take my cousin, Lou. He's 78 and still shovels his own driveway. Why? So I can surprise the grandkids with snow forts, he says. Me? I do my stretches every morning because I want to keep playing fetch with my terrier, Buster. What's your why? Maybe it's keeping up with your great-grandbaby's first steps. Or finally taking that trip to see the Grand Canyon. Or even just being able to bend down to weed your flower beds without groaning like a creaky door. Here's how to make it stick. Write your why on a sticky note and put it where you'll see it daily, on the fridge, the bathroom mirror, the TV remote. Every time you're tempted to sit for hours, let that note nudge you. And if your why changes, that's okay. Mine used to be fit into my old fishing waders. Now it's dance at my grandson's wedding. Now, I'll let you in on a little trick. Pair your movement with something you already love. Do you enjoy bird watching? Walk to the park with binoculars. Love old movies? Do leg lifts during the opening credits. My Aunt Ruth used to do calf raises while waiting for her toast to pop up. 2 birds, 1 stone, she'd say. The goal isn't to add more to your day, it's to reimagine what's already there. And when you tie movement to the things that bring you joy, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like, well, living. You know, our bodies are like old cars. They might not be as shiny as they used to be, but with a little regular upkeep, they'll keep taking us where we need to go. And the best part? The more you move, the easier it gets. Those stiff joints loosen up, that energy comes creeping back, and before you know it, you're not just existing, you're thriving. But don't just take my word for it. Try one of these fixes today, even for 5 minutes. And when you're ready, we'll wrap this up with a few final thoughts to keep you inspired for the long haul. You know, I used to think the secret to aging well was just luck, good genes, clean living, maybe a dash of stubbornness. But over time, I've realized it's simpler than that. It's about showing up for yourself, day after day, in little ways that add up. And if there's one thing I hope you take from our chat today, it's this: you're never too old to feel alive. Now, I won't pretend it's always easy. Some days, that timer goes off and all you want to do is wave it away like a pesky fly. Other days, the couch feels like it's glued to your backside. Believe me, I've been there. But here's what I've learned: starting is the hardest part. Once you're up, once you're moving, your body remembers. It says, oh, this again. I've missed this. Let's talk about those days when motivation runs dry. Maybe your knees ache, or the weather's gloomy, or you're just plain tired. That's when you lean on your habits, those tiny fixes we talked about. Set the timer anyway. Stand up during commercials even if you only shuffle in place. Text a friend to meet you for a walk. It's harder to cancel when someone's counting on you. And if you slip up, welcome to the club. Nobody's perfect. My first week trying movement breaks, I ignored that timer so many times, I swear it started judging me. But here's the thing: every fresh minute is a chance to begin again. I want you to picture something. Close your eyes for a second. Go on, I'll wait. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You've been sprinkling these small movements into your days. How do you feel? Lighter? Stronger? Maybe you're bending down to tie your shoes without holding your breath. Or chasing your grand dog around the yard without needing a nap after. That's the power of showing up. This isn't about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. It's about keeping your independence, your joy, your ability to savor the moments that matter. And you don't have to do it alone. Share your journey. Tell your kids, your neighbors, your bridge club what you're up to. You might inspire someone else to rise out of their chair, literally. Oh, and if you're feeling cheeky, try this. Next time someone says, "You're looking spry," just wink and say, "Trade secret." Let him wonder. Before we say goodbye, I have a favor to ask. Drop a comment below and tell me your why. Is it a person, a place, a dream you're not ready to let go of? Your story could be the spark someone else needs. And if you found this helpful, pass it along. Share this video with a friend who'd appreciate it, or their cousin who's been glued to their recliner since '99. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep moving, keep laughing, and keep reminding the world that life isn't about slowing down, it's about savoring every step. Until next time, this is Gentle Night Tales, signing off with one last thought: you've got this. And I'm rooting for you.